Broke girls are crying on social media as hard times arrive. Yeah, they said we want the beer, but now they don't want to hang out with Yogi and Boo Boo in the woods. Today's video comes from JJ Buckner. His channel will be linked in the description of the video, so you can go and check him out. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of hard times finally arriving as hot girl summer now comes to an end and broke girl winter has just begun. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You never really know what can happen on this platform, so go ahead and follow us over on Rumble. It's linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video after a word from Angry's Crypto Academy. So guys, I've already warned you, hard times are here. They've arrived. The ATMs will stop working. Banks will chain the doors. Protect your wealth and safeguard your future with crypto. Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. Don't miss out. The Academy is linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
Getting laid off. Let's talk about it.
Let me begin by saying we hoped we wouldn't be in this position again. Yet we are, and we deeply regret the impact this decision may have on you. For that, I am truly very sorry. This decision is not a reflection on you as individuals. I also want to say you've been tremendous team members, colleagues, and friends to me and so many others. We are here to support you both personally and professionally as you navigate next steps. We will begin deactivating all systems access at this time. At this time, I'll end the call.
And that's it. And they turned everything off.
That's a shitty time. I'm not gonna lie. I've been in her shoes. I remember when I got let go from my job, my wife was actually pregnant with my daughter, and it was right before the holidays. I think it was November when I got let go due to some financial issues that the company was going through at the time, and I was one of the newest hires for the company, so I was also salaried. So I was a pretty easy person to let go. And when you go through that time, it's scary, right? Like, you don't know what the future holds. You don't know what you're going to do. If you have a lot of bills to pay, that can add to even more stress. And I'm starting to see more and more of these videos where people are recording themselves being laid off. And then you look at the employment numbers, and although they're relatively low still, they have started to come up a little bit over the past few months or so. And that's one number. That is one data metric that really I am paying attention to that could set off the next recession.
2025, I'm going to need a refund because this year sucks already. I just got laid off for basically the second time back to back. If you didn't know, I worked at Twitter and I got laid off when Elon Musk acquired the company. Since then, I've been working at a content strategy agency type place as a director of strategy, and I just got laid off yesterday.
Is there a pattern that many of you guys are noticing? That most of the people who are being laid off, not all of them, but most of the people who are being laid off are women who are in positions that are more easily terminated. Now, keep in mind, a lot of men who are software engineers have been losing their jobs working at companies like Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. But when it comes to women who work in roles, especially non-engineering roles, specific and in things like administration and customer service, those are the jobs that are first to go. And of course, women are never going to own up to any of this. They're going to blame other people. They're going to blame people like Elon. They're going to blame people. They're going to blame everyone and anyone that they possibly can, while at the same time saying that they are powerful. Because women were conditioned to believe that they are powerful victims and men are pathetic villains. But now the tides are changing. And the next time, which is now, when something goes wrong and women need men to come and save them, they're going to say men help, and men are just going to whisper no. Many of you guys have actually said, no, we're just going to walk away and walk away silently. But it works out in the same way. Basically, they're going to be between a rock and a hard place, and no one's coming to save them this time. The state's basically like, yes, sweetie, you've had enough of a free ride. We're not giving you any more handouts. The simp economy is moving overseas, and women are going to have to figure it out at some point that simps are not their friends. They're just opportunists. They're basically wolves in sheep's clothing, and they've basically destroyed the relationship with men in Western society. So no good man wants to marry in Western society anymore. Good men are going overseas if they want to find a good woman, and it's as simple as that. So I mean, TTCs are just going to be all the rage. Tyrone 10 cities. And like I said, Tyrone is the king of 10 city. When he's hungry, he's going to eat. When he's thirsty, he's going to drink. When he wants some loving, he's going to get some loving, because he is a king of 10 city and is going to rule 10 city with an iron fist.
It's surreal because I definitely didn't want to go through another layoff. Being laid off the first time was one of the most traumatic events that have ever happened to me, especially because it happened so publicly. This time was obviously a little bit different, but the company lost some clients, and now here I am without a job. It's hard not to reevaluate my life choices at this point. I work in tech, and so I'm wondering if that's still what I should be doing. It's hard to feel like secure in a job anymore. It feels like those days are over. So I don't know if I should be in tech anymore or working this corporate life. I love the security of having a stable job, but um, that hasn't been the case for quite some time for me, because it's just been so unstable in the industry. So um, I'm considering other options, obviously. I had a wild idea. I think somebody on TikTok said, hey, become an ultrasound tech. That takes like 2 years of schooling and then you're in. And I was like, sounds good to me. But again, I also really enjoyed my job doing marketing, strategy, working in the digital space, working with tech. It is fast paced and it's very exciting. So I honestly don't know what to do.
Yeah, so I mean the tech industry, which has been booming the past 10 to 15 years, we're really starting to see a lot of the layoffs come from that industry. And I think for a couple of reasons. One, the economy and how expensive everything is, and also the ease that it comes with AI and what AI can replace a lot of people's jobs right now, or at least make some task for some jobs just not needed anymore. But the real thing to think about here when it comes to being laid off, it's like the scary part's like, what do you do next? What do you do next? Now, the best way to be set up when that happens is if you got your money right, right? I mean, if you don't have a ton of debt payments and you haven't been living above your means the entire time you've had this secure job and you've been stocking money away, well, then you're probably going to be all right. Like, you can even probably afford to take some time off, relax, recoup, get your emotions back intact, and then start taking the time to look and figure out what you're going to do next in your life. Now, the first thing to think about is like, your life's not over, right? Your life is not all around that one job. There will be something out there. And I always say this: when I lost my job, I was like, I feel like I lost my job for a reason, and the opportunity that was presented to me after that was even much greater than what I would have had if I would have stuck at that company. And we actually drove by it the other day, and man, how long ago was that? That had to have been like 7 years ago, and I was let go. Maybe 6 years. I have a video on my channel. If you go back to my earlier videos, you'll be able to see like I got fired or whatever. And I remember talking about it to this day to this exact camera. And I remember saying like I had no idea what I was going to do next, but we were driving by that same building the other day, and I told my wife, I was like, man, could you imagine if I was still working there? Like, could you imagine if I never would have been laid off? I never would have taken the chances I took in life, and I just would have kept that job.
And guys, for a lot of you, you don't have a backup plan. And that's why I keep on telling you, you should learn how to do crypto day trading. It's a very, very important skill to have. A lot of you don't comprehend this. Let me tell you a little bit about the crypto day trading blueprint, crypto trading for dummies blueprint. It's available over at Angry's Crypto Academy. And with the blueprint, you'll learn how crypto day trading can help you earn daily profits, even starting small. So imagine making hundreds daily, trading small amounts, working just an hour a day. It's written so simply that even a fifth grader can do it. With banks collapsing and the economy in chaos, this skill is going to be your lifeline. So you can click the link in description to check that out now. But I just wanted to let you guys know about that because hard times are definitely here, and most of you are not prepared.
Been completely different. So sometimes things like that happen for a reason, and it's a good thing they happen to you. But you got to look at that. It's hard to look at it that way. I wasn't looking at it that way when it happened, but it was good when it happened to me, and I'm thankful for it.
I got a random meeting on my calendar. I feel like, and there's a bunch of them on this other lady's calendar. I hope I'm not getting fired. I will die. Someone else is in there. I'm getting fired. Oh my God, I'm getting fired. Hello.
Good morning, Becker.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I asked, who I think you know, so join us for this call. She is our HR representative. We've got some updates we'd like to share with you this morning.
Okay.
So as you know, we have been working with to help us identify the best way forward for this last period of time. And while we originally believed that we would be integrating with, we've instead determined that it was best for us to refocus the agency to an independent agency. And in doing so, we've initiated a buyback of it. Unfortunately, as you may know, the lack of growth and the decline in our client revenue has negatively impacted our business beyond what we can sustain. And it's forced us to make what are very difficult decisions to eliminate roles within the agency. And this includes the elimination of your role, making today your last day. Please know that it was a very difficult decision. You made meaningful contributions to the last couple of years, and we have the utmost respect and gratitude for what you've done and what you've given. At this point, what I will do is I'll turn it over to you so she can take you through some of the next steps.
Email meeting up shortly. And, once you get the chance to review and look everything over, please let me know, and I'm happy to answer any and all questions you may have.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Heather. I wish you the best.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, that's tough. It's tough to watch. And when I was searching through these videos, like, there's a lot of them. It's picking up. That's the scary part. And I ask you guys, like, if that happened to you today, are you prepared? Like, could you handle that financially? Like, how long could you last without your income coming in right now? That's what you need to think about right now to motivate yourself to get your finances right.
One of the good things about crypto is that when everything is going haywire, your money will be working for you. And many of us will be able to just live off the interest from our coins that we'll be loaning out as companies pay us just to have custody of them. I've been constantly telling you guys that there's a specific coin that everyone should hold at least one of. Just like we were instructed to hold one Bitcoin, everyone should be holding at least one of these coins, because these coins are going to skyrocket in value in the very short term. These coins will hit about easily $1,000 to $5,000 per coin. In the long term, these coins will go to about $50,000 to $100,000 per coin. And we're talking over the period of roughly 5 to 10 years. I already have a ton of these coins in my portfolio. In fact, around 80 to 85% of my actual portfolio is invested entirely in these coins because I am so sure about them. Now, so I mean, like, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but if I'm right, I'm probably going to be an extraordinary millionaire. I mean, like maybe billion. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I want to be a billionaire so effing bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I know I can't sing, but when you've got money, it doesn't matter. You know, everyone loves to listen to you and laugh with you. I'm telling you guys, you really better take precautions right now, because it is going to be nasty out there. And also, learning how to day trade crypto is a safety net, because when everything is going downhill, you're like, what can I do to survive? Having this skill will basically be the difference between life and not surviving. And that's one of the important things that I kind of want to emphasize and get through your heads. And like I said, there's a specific coin that every single one of you should have at least one of in your portfolios, and I want to make sure you guys get on top of that. Let me ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, Will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
Stop living above your means. Stop taking on debt. Get your debt paid off, live below your means, and stock some freaking money away. Because if you get let go and you can't survive for, a period of time before you can go get another job, yikes. That's scary.
I just got laid off about an hour ago. I cried for a while, and I think the hardest part about it is I loved my job, I cared so much, but knowing that you put your full effort towards something and then feeling like they decided it wasn't enough or it wasn't worth enough.
Now, you know what's very interesting? Modern women made this choice. They decided to prioritize their careers and invest their lives into companies that did not care about them. And they were constantly warned by people like Jordan Peterson, you've screwed up, you've messed up. It doesn't matter if a person has a doctor before their name or not, they would not listen. They would not listen to reason. They would just listen to their feelings because the only thing that a woman is loyal to are her emotions. And the way that women think is they will basically selectively choose from the facts. Even when they try to use facts, they will choose from the facts or invent facts that are not really based on reality and accept those if they align with their feelings and their emotions over aligning with reality in and of itself. And because they chose to go down this delusional path, now they're going to face consequences that they will not be able to handle because they have priced themselves out of the market. If any man wants to get married right now, they're going to go overseas. And women are going to say that we don't understand why men don't want to marry someone who's in their 40s or 50s. We are wonderful. We have all of this potential. We have all of this life experience. What they want is they want little girls. They don't want real women. And men need to be taught differently. They are not aligning themselves with reality that these men who work their entire lives and still want to have a relationship want to have children. So if they're going to have children, they're going to go overseas, find someone who is fit, feminine, and friendly, someone who is agreeable, someone who will make their lives easier, not more difficult, someone who doesn't have all of that emotional baggage that modern women are going to come with, and they're going to have a relationship with these women and start a family with these women, not someone in Western society who has a high body count, high mileage, and is just going to bring problems and debt into their lives. It's the honest to goodness truth. But women will never look at these things critically because they cannot accept these things and they cannot allow anything to challenge their egos. To make matters even worse, a lot of these exact same women who will be facing or will be in states of poverty and destitution will continue to encourage younger women to do exactly what they did, because if they don't do exactly that, If they don't encourage younger women to do exactly what they did, then that means they would have to accept the fact that they messed up their lives. All right. So they would rather bring down other women with them so they can validate the bad decisions that they've made versus taking responsibility, accountability for what they've done, accepting it, and trying to make the best of a bad situation and moving forward. But that's not how they think, nor is that how they operate. Instead, they will double down in their wrong and try to bring others down with them so they can validate their own bad decisions because misery loves company.
Right now, I feel just very like, um, not even undervalued because I clearly am not valued, but like that all of my effort wasn't good enough or it wasn't important or it wasn't relevant. I got laid off today and it's just, I don't know. And LA is burning and their fires are everywhere and I got laid off and I don't have a job. So like in perspective, it's not that big of a deal. There's other jobs, but it goes so much deeper than not having a job. So yeah, I don't know. I'm jobless.
I mean, that is mentally hard to deal with. Like anytime you get let go, like it is something that messes with you on the inside. Is like, what could I have done different? Am I not worthy of this job? But you gotta look at it on the other side, right? Like what I did is like, because I felt that same way. I was like, gosh dang it, how could I get fired? You know, it sucks. It's not a good feeling. But what I did is I actually used that to like motivate me, right? So I looked at it as I was like, all right, I'm gonna show them. Now here's a funny story actually. This company, like how everything happened, I'm not gonna go into details, but it did kind of piss me off, like how it happened, because I left the company to go work with them, and I had to do some stuff. Like, anyways, whatever. But it pissed me off that first off, the company didn't handle their finances correctly, so they let me go for their mistakes. But
So I'm making this video, just a quick interjection. I'm actually like just like, doing a little shopping right now. So I'm looking over different games, like, that I could so the money that I would be spending on a wife and children right now, like I'll just show you the screen, because like while I'm listening to the video, as I'm listening to it, recording the video for you guys, I'm actually over on Deku Deals. If you don't know about Deku Deals, it's a place where you can find great deals and discounts on Nintendo Switch games, as well as other stuff, but primarily on Nintendo Switch games. And you can find both great deals on physical and what do you call it? Physical and digital. So, for example, let's say you want to pick up the Super Mario RPG. This is a $60 game. You can pick this up for $29.99. And there are different sources. So, for example, you'll find deals on sites on all these different sites: Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Limited Run Games, Target, Walmart. Woot is actually owned by Amazon, so you can get great deals that way. So, for example, right now we're looking at the hottest deals. I'll click on physical, and I'll basically see all the physical games that are on sale. I'm just like showing you, like, so the money that I would be spending on a modern woman, on a wife and kids, I'm basically just buying these games. And as you can see, like I can also track the games that I own. So, for example, Bayonetta, Origin, Cereza, and the Lost Demon. I actually have the physical of this. I was able to get it nice and cheap. I got it for like 30 bucks. You actually get it for $25 right now for the physical version, I think. Yeah, for the physical version. And it's like, yeah, and then you can also add it. You can actually save it to your wish list or save it to your collection. So, right now I still want the digital version once it's on sale. So I should get a notification via email telling me, hey, Angry, it's available right now for, for this price digital. And, and like, even like the latest Zelda that just came out, the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This game just came out in like October. I think it was October, November of last year, and it's like you can get it for 50 bucks over here. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom physical edition. This is a $70 game. You can pick it up for 44.99. That's a 36% savings right there. So you're saving a massive amount of money on that title, purchasing this way about 25 bucks. I'm just showing you like some of my insider tricks. Mario Kart 8, 60 bucks. You can pick it up for 40 bucks here. A lot of these games, as you can see, they're already in my collection. I have over 60 Switch games right now that I started, all brand new, all wrapped, that I picked up over the last, when did I pick it up? That I picked up since Black Friday. I started building out my collection. I have about 62 of them right now. And then and then I have some already coming. Like I'm picking up the new Sotogen HD 1 and 2. And I'm just sharing this with you because I want you to see the way I'm living my life right now. No wife, no kids, no children. And this is how most men are going to be living. Most men are just going to be living their best lives, simple lives of luxury and comfort. You know, as we watch the world basically fall apart and crash around us, we don't care. That's the honest to goodness truth. Like all of this is disposable income. This is 100% disposable income. What it looks like when you have that type of disposable income and what you can do with that, you know? I mean, like I said, guys, I have currently over 800 games. You know, it's so funny because like earlier today made a video for you guys, I think, and I mentioned like how many games I had on Steam. I had 825 games on Steam earlier when I made a video for you guys. Now I have 832. So that means that since I made that video earlier today, I actually added how many? Added another seven games to another 7 games to my Steam library, and they weren't all like cheap games. And the thing is, like, you can learn how to like. There's so many games like, oh, it's 39.99, but because I understand how, because I'm a PC gamer, I know how to get my games for pennies right now. If you want to learn how to, by the way, get into PC gaming and purchase your games dirt cheap, you can actually check out Angry's Arcade. So there's actually a link to Angry's Arcade, and I basically it's my blog where I talk actively about how to get into PC gaming. I actually have courses on there that teach you how to get into PC gaming. We also teach you how to buy games cheap. I talk about different things happening in the world of tech and games. So you can go and check that out. It's really cool. You can find a link to that in the description of the video as well, just in case you're interested in that. Learn how to save money. I don't know. It's just so nice because, like, we're looking at modern women are looking at extremely hard times, while we as men, those of us especially who have prepared for hard times, are now going to be able to take full advantage of these times and gloat even a little bit, because it's like women were told, like, don't mess around, do not throw these years away. These are the most important years of your life, where you should be looking for someone, you should be looking for a family, you should be looking for someone who's actually going to care about you. You should not be prioritizing a career. But they did not listen. They wanted to compete with men. They thought that they were better than men. It's something that Dennis Prager said started happening in the 1970s. To be honest with you, this was something that was going on from back, even from the days of the suffragettes. But it became a widespread belief in the 1970s with second wave feminism that not only were women equal to men, but they were better than men, which is something that modern women truly believe. If you ask a modern woman, are there things that women are better at than men? They'll tell you absolutely, and they'll start naming all of these different things that women are better at than men. But then if you say, are there things that men are better at than women? They'll say, no, can't think of a single thing. That's how the average woman thinks. All right. And yet, when hard times arrive, they basically believe that men are supposed to go and throw away their lives and their sanity to sacrifice themselves so they can create a legacy of sacrifice for women in society. Because that's the only way that a man has value, is if he's sacrificing for himself for women in society, for women, children, society. And that's an absolute and utter joke. Men are done with the nonsense. They're done with the games, and most men have woken up. They're hip to the game. They're increasingly understanding the way that women think, the way that women operate. And because they're beginning to develop this understanding, they're saying that, yeah, I don't want to have anything to do with that. One interesting thing that's been reported on is the fact that the retro gaming market is massive in the United States right now. It's something like, I think, maybe 20%, somewhere between 12 and 20% of people are still playing retro consoles. It's a large market. And when I say retro consoles, I'm talking about everything going back to, like, even before the PlayStation 3. We're talking about as far back as, the Atari. And people are playing retro consoles, retro games. They're holding on to these systems. They're picking them up again. And this is how a lot of men are going to ride this thing out. Men are going to live simple lives of luxury and comfort, because the average man, as hard times become greater and greater, because the average man could live happily in a shoebox at the side of the road while the average woman cannot, while women are going to find themselves in increasing states of poverty and destitution. Many will be living in their cars, many will be living in the woods. Well, let's not get there first. Many will be living in their cars, many will be living on the streets, those who are lucky will be able to live in a shelter, and then those who are not will have to go live in the woods with Yogi and Boo Boo. And like I said, Yogi and Boo Boo, it's different what you see on TV versus what is. All right. And a lot of women are not going to like what is, but they chose that for themselves. They chose the bear, but now they don't want to go hang out with them, and that's on them. Are you guys surprised by this? Broke girls are crying on social media as hard times arrive. Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWAM and walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.